very much. National Assembly and the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Justin Muturi, the Chair IEBC, Wafula Chebukati, Chair Council of Governors, Madam Her Excellency Waiguru, and the protocol observed. Before I get into the speech of the Speaker of the Senate who I represent here, I want to recognize the presence of the Chair of the Senate of the Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs and Human Rights, Chair Wakili Sigei. Yes. And thank you, IEBC, because I can see you know the ropes. If the chair who oversights you is here, it means the success relationship with the parliament. So thank you very much. And Chairman, whatever this IEBC will require from you for the next 5 years, because you are the one to give the money, please do so that they can consecutive. The first two as a member of National Assembly in the year 2013, 2017, where I worked under my senior speaker, Justin Muturi. And the third elections was in August this year, where I ran as the Senator for Meru. So I want to thank you because you have given me employment for now 15 years consecutively. So I want to get to the remarks of the Right Honorable Amason Kingi, Jaffa Kingi, who I represent in this function, by saying that since our nation and the state came into being nearly 6 decades ago, we have exercised our sovereignty as a people through elections. The elections have been held periodically in line with the provisions of the Constitution and other applicable laws of our land. In Articles 1 to 4, the Constitution proclaims this sovereignty and declares that it can only be exercised in 2 ways: directly or through democratically elected representatives. Elections, therefore, occupy a critical space in our collective endeavor to govern ourselves. And given that elections have a direct influence on our very existence as a democratic nation, it follows logically that the very institution charged with delivering elections stands out as a key pillar of our nationhood. Ladies and gentlemen, Chapter 7 of the Constitution creates the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, and answers it 87 under this chapter delve into the electoral system and process. 88 to 90 outline the role of the IEBC in ensuring success of these two mechanisms. Looked at broadly, Chapter 7 of the Constitution, therefore, provides us with a roadmap on preparation for elections, conduct of the same, and handling of electoral disputes that may consequently ensue. Distinguished guests, on August 9, 2022, Kenyans in exercise of their constitutional and democratic rights voted for their leaders at all levels of representation as outlined in the Constitution. A lot of what has flown on the bridge, and as is expected in the aftermath of every general election in our democracy, our country has witnessed major changes. There has been a change of guard in the executive, with a new president and commander-in-chief of the Kenyan Defense Forces coming into office. In our bicameral parliament, comprising the Senate at play in our country. The fact that the transition took place peacefully should be a cause for celebrations by Kenyans, as it signifies that our democracy has come of age. This is where actually we were given 10 out of 10, the Kenyans, by the European Commission. And since also I've told you KBC has conducted elections successfully, I also want that I can give KBC a 10 plus in the elections that were conducted. As we gather here today, 5 months down the line, we have every reason to commend IBC for living up to its constitutional mandate and managing the elections to the satisfaction of a majority of Kenyans. We must, however, be alive to the fact that quite a number of elective positions across the country, we still have election petitions. Underway in the judiciary. It is our collective hope that these petitions will be concluded expeditiously, judiciously, and to the satisfaction of all the parties involved to enable us move forward together as one. With the reason we are assembled here today. Election is an integral component of an electoral cycle and a structured way to evaluate the exercise and propose recommendations. This is why the post-election evaluation is considered as the best global practice in election management. In the Kenyan context, the post-election evaluation enables all the stakeholders who hand in the conduct of the elections to carry out other evaluation of all aspects of the polls. Only this way are we able to determine whether the elections made the election prescribed by our constitution and made the test of democracy. Today's unveiling of the post-election evaluation report is therefore a momentous occasion for all stakeholders and Kenyans at large to get a honest assessment of how the August 9th, 2022 elections were undertaken. We expect the report to highlight the success stories that pertain to the elections and also expose any gaps and loopholes that could have been detected. The vital elections will be fine-tuned and addressed to ensure that identified shortfalls, whether structural and administrative, personnel-related, technical or technological, do not materialize and encumber other elections going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, in the 4th Senate, and by extension the entire 13th Parliament, our main interest in the post-election evaluation goes as far as any of the recommendations it generates, which require redress through necessary legislative action. If any gaps are noted, and it is determined they can be rectified through new laws or amendments, the legislature is on standby to kickstart the process of enacting the laws on which to anchor the required changes. And I can confirm, or you can attest to this, that the chair is here. I think he wants to pick these issues even between and bring the report to the Senate. I think he wants to submit them immediately to the Senate so that we can make amendments where necessary. Similarly, should it be deemed that lack of funds impacted negatively on execution of any aspect of the elections, then it is the duty of Parliament, upon request, to approve increase of budgetary allocation to the IBC for the necessary intervention. And I will mark this to the CEO, upon request, Parliament will not give you money until you request and you convince Parliament that you need more resources. So I think you have understood the one upon. It also goes without saying that as one of the Chapter 15 institutions, IBC needs to be insulated against any interference or attempts of the same by any other organs of state or individuals. These commissions and independent offices must be protected at all costs as they are pillars of democracy and democratic governance in our country. We are vested with the authority to protect our sovereignty as a people, secure observance by all state organs and democratic values and principles, and promote constitutionalism. As the legislature, we will remain all kind to detect any such attempts and nip them in the bud. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to say that as Parliament, we are directly impacted by elections, being the destination for leaders elected as senators, members of Parliament, MCAs, women representatives, and all of us. Politicians, depending on their ambition, somehow always have an eye on the next election, either as potential candidates or stakeholders with vested political interests. This makes the recommendations contained in the post-election evaluation report of great interest to us. We join all the other stakeholders and Kenyans at large in looking forward to the implementation of post-election evaluation recommendations for better management of future elections in our country. And also to give another commitment, this week, the Chair, Justice and Legal Affairs Committee has finalized the IBC Amendments Bill. And on Thursday this week, we have been recalled from our recess or our holiday to come back so that we can prosecute that bill on Thursday, the 19th of this week. This bill will give the process on how the new commissioners will be recruited. So mnaona sisi tuko kazi hata wakati wa likizo. Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you for the service that you render to this country. I want you to hear this, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank you from the Senate for the work that you have rendered to this country for the years that you have served at the MDC. And that is also, I really want to congratulate you for the award that you have been given by the End of State after recognizing your handwork, elder of the Golden Heart, NGH. From the NGH, now it is your effort to go to the CGH. The president cannot give you that easily. So wherever you go, because I know yourself and your other commissioners, the two commissioners, not that the two commissioners who have worked successfully with you. I know you translate to better offices, and may God bless you in whatever else you will be doing for this good republic. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. Nikimaliza niseme hongera sana kwa kwaya zote mbili, ile kwaya ya Bomas na kwaya pia ya TAC. Mmefanya kazi nzuri, na make an amendment kwa sheria zetu za communications so that before news tunaimbia wimbo. Those patriotic songs, I remember the era ya Nyayo. We need to get those patriotic songs back to our system. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.